friends, thanks for stopping by. I already have my eyebrows on, so don't be scared, okay? I am going to do a get ready with me first impression. I actually have a haul of many things, a lot of things from one line, and then some other things that I'll share with you in videos to come. Now, I don't know if I have ever shared with any of you, maybe I have mentioned in the past, but I started out in cosmetics when I was, I'm going to say about 22 years old, and I'm 60, so it's been a long time. And I'd say right about when I was maybe 24, I started working for Shiseido. And I absolutely loved Shiseido. They were always ahead of the time as far as, well, I can see it now. I didn't really know it then, but I can see it now. They were the first to have a, well, not the first, but they had a makeup sponge. They had a pre-makeup cream, which is now a primer. All of their skincare had hyaluronic acid in it, which is all the rage now. Anyway, so we're gonna have some fun with many Shiseido products today, and like I mentioned, a couple of others. And this video is in collaboration with Nordstrom. I am so excited. It is my very first collaboration with Nordstrom, but I do want to make sure that you all understand that I buy all of the products myself, and everything that is here I picked out on my own, okay? So I know a lot of people don't like collaborations or sponsored videos, and I can understand that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all of us are going to sell our soul or lose our moral compass when doing a collaboration. So be sure that these, I'm going to tell you how I feel about these products as I go along. All right, so let's have some fun with this. The first thing I am going to do is let you know what's on my eyebrows. And it's the usual suspects. Anastasia, I don't think I'll ever change it unless they discontinue it. I wear caramel. It just goes well with the color my hair is now. And then I use her tinted eye gel in caramel as well. Okay, so we are first going to start out with these two products. And the first one is going to be the Glow Enhancing Primer. It said it smooths on a vibrant finish. It is oil-free with a broad spectrum of SPF 15. Okay, it doesn't say anything about pores. It says a primer, let me see what it says here. It says a primer that enhances skin's clarity for a brilliant quality that adds a natural, vibrant glow to the finish of various foundations all day long. All right, so no mention of pore priming, which I must admit, I am somebody who needs a little bit of work on my pores, especially in the T-zone area, but we are going to go with this today on its own, just so we can see how it feels. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and apply this. It has a nice slip. It has the, if you're familiar with Shiseido skincare, it has a very similar scent to it as the skincare, which I have always loved. I'm going to take just a little bit more and apply it to my forehead, and we'll see if it gives me a beautiful glow. I have to remember that I have my eyebrows on already, because sometimes I like to get crazy and I just go right over my eyebrows and wipe them off. And the only reason I do my eyebrows off camera is because it's just so much easier for me, because I have to pull the mirror right up to my nose. All right, so this feels really nice. It doesn't, it's not super slippery. It does have a moist feeling to it. So if you're somebody with oily skin, you may not care for this, but it is, it's got a little tackiness to it, not a whole lot. And I can see, let me take a look and see if I'm glowing. Oh, I need my sunglasses. All right, so that is the primer. I have no complaints about it. Let me take a look at the pore area. Yeah, it doesn't really address the pores, but it doesn't state that it does. So if you're somebody who has a tremendous pore problem, but you like to have a little bit of glow, you are going to have to address the T-zone area or wherever you have your pores that give you a hard time. Okay, this one here is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Glow. This is their luminizing fluid foundation with an SPF of 20. And let's see if it gives us a little blurb. It says, an intelligent luminizing foundation that infuses fresh hydration and synchronizes with the skin for a healthy, brilliant glow. Excuse me, intuitively beautiful, like it belongs to your skin. So let's see what kind of coverage we get out of this. And the color that I am going with is Golden 4. This was the best one I thought online for me, which it looks like it could be just a tad warm for me, but it comes in a nice glass bottle, has a nice pump. So let's go ahead. I should have primed this. Okay, it didn't take long. I'm just going to do 2 pumps of it, and we'll see. It is a thin foundation. You can see it's running down my hand. It's not a bad color for me, so let's go ahead and I'm just going to tap this on. It has a slight smell to it, but not, well, it smells like the Shiseido skincare, to be honest with you. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I'm just going to take a beauty blender because this is my preferred method of application. And we are going to go ahead. It has a beautiful glow already, I can tell. It's applying easily and spreading easily with the sponge. It's giving decent coverage, but not heavy. I will have to use a pore primer with this, but for today, I wanted to see how it played with just the Shiseido primer. It does have a gorgeous, gorgeous glow to it. Now, I do have a lot of green-blue veins that run along my face. So that is important that my foundation covers that up. It's pretty much the only discoloration I do have. I am getting a few age spots, and I do have rosacea that acts up only once in a while, not a lot. I'm not going to go underneath my eye with this because we are going to try a different concealer. I didn't go with the concealer for Shiseido. They do have a concealer, 2 of them, that are with the Synchro line. So it feels comfortable on the skin. It's not really covering up the blue veining, so we're going to go in with another pump and see if that helps. So I just took 1 pump, and I'm going to go ahead and apply just another small amount. We'll just go over and we'll see what kind of coverage we can get from this. We'll go throughout the whole face. And I'm just going to go ahead and work this down and see what we can do. Okay, another coat does cover up the veining. Again, I'm not going to go up underneath my eyes. I do have an age spot right here that I can still see. It has a beautiful finish, absolutely gorgeous finish. I would say that this definitely is a light to medium coverage. I'm not going to do another layer of it because I think it would just be too much. The color is a little bit warm, but I'm going to be able to make this work. Okay, so there is the finish of the foundation. It feels wonderful on the skin, and I think it really does look beautiful on the skin. It's really, really pretty. So now I'm going to go in. I did purchase the Magic Away Liquid Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. I think I had purchased this before, but I didn't get the right color. So this time I got it in a 5. I did pre-wind this one up because I didn't want to take forever. So let's go ahead and see how this works underneath my eyes. Now I do have fine lines under my eyes, and I'm not sure about this color yet. The color is okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all the way around. I have to go up the side because of the green veins. I wish I didn't have to wear so much concealer, but I do. If you don't have to wear concealer, don't. But I'm going to put a little above the eye also because I didn't get a primer or anything like that in the Shiseido line either. Okay, so it is a nice wand. The application is nice. So let's go ahead with our beauty blender and go ahead and blend that down all the way up. It's giving good coverage. It isn't looking cakey or anything as of right now. Let's see what it does after I put some powder on it. So I'm just going to work this with my finger because I don't want to disturb my eyebrows, which I already did. Okay, so that is the concealer. It's really kind of nice, and that is a good color. Not too bright. It does have a little bit of a yellow base to it, which is good for me. Okay, so there is the concealer. It does a really nice job at covering up, and so far it's not really accentuating, but I have not applied any powder. Okay, so yeah, I really do like that so far, okay? All right, so the next thing we're going to take a look at is the Shiseido Future Solution LX. It's a Total Radiance Loose Powder. And they do have a powder that goes with the Synchro line, but I wanted the glow because I'm a little older and I have dry skin. So I really did want to try this. So it comes in this beautiful container. And let's take a look. I already primed the lid, so I didn't have to sit here forever. And there is a puff that comes with it, but I'm not going to be using this. So it comes with a little flap that you peel back. I prefer the ones that have the sifter on them already. So I'm going to pour just a little bit in the lid. Now this powder does have a peach tone to it. And I don't want to spill it, but we're going to see if it really adds too much peach to my face. So I'm going to take the La Mer powder brush, and I'm just going to work this powder. I can tell just by the way it is sifting through the fibers of the brush that it is a very refined powder, which I do like because it doesn't get cakey then. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm just going to pounce on the areas that I'm going to need a little powder. And it is beautiful. It is really, really beautiful. And I'm not noticing any peach tone yet. I'm just adding some more to the brush, T-zone area, and then I'm just going to lightly fluff it around. It has a gorgeous, gorgeous glow to it. It's very, very refined and soft. It has a subtle, subtle scent to it. Okay, so that I think looks absolutely beautiful on. It doesn't even look like I put powder on, but yet I can tell that my foundation has been set. Now the nose, I'm really starting to see my pores, so I definitely am someone who would need to add a pore primer in this area, okay? So this is really, really pretty. Now I'm just going to take a small amount of it. I'm not going to bake this underneath my eyes because it doesn't look like it really needs it, the concealer, but I am going to go ahead and touch, and I'm just going to go over my lid and then take the brush up underneath. Because I don't want to cake too much on. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. This is a really, really pretty powder. Okay, so that is the powder look. So now, I didn't buy a new bronzer. I'm just going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm going to go ahead and just apply my bronze. And I just work it into the brush. And I'm almost hitting pan on this. I don't really hit pan on many bronzers, but this one here, I just love it. So we're going to go ahead. And I'm just using a soft brush, and I'm going to add some around and just frame. All right, so now let's move on to blush. I did purchase two, and they are from Shiseido, and they are the Inner Glow Cheek Powder, and I bought two, Cocoa Dust and Floating Rose. I think I'm going to try Cocoa Dust today. This is what the case looks like. Very, very, very thin. So if you're someone who travels with your makeup, the packaging is very thin on the blush. Easy to open up, that's important. And this is the Cocoa Dusk. And then the other color I got is Floating Rose. They do have a satin finish to them. I did look at these because I wanted to make sure I would be able to use a blush during this tutorial. And this is the Floating Rose. So you can see that one definitely leads to this is almost a brown peach, which I kind of like. I don't have anything like it. And then this one here is just your perfect pink that gives you that pop of color here. But today I'm gonna go ahead and use the Cocoa Rose. I just want to place this right here on my cheeks. So I'm gonna use a fan brush, and I'm just gonna go in and lightly pick some up because I have no idea how this is going to play. So I'm just going to place this on the high point of my cheek. It's gorgeous. It has a pretty, pretty glow to it. Really pretty. I'm going to take just a little bit more and apply it. It's really gorgeous. The color is beautiful. It has a really, really pretty glow to it, which I like a glow without glitter, and these don't have any glitter. Okay, so the blush is on. I really do like it. The formula is really pretty. I love that there's no glitter. It gives just a beautiful glow to the skin. Really, really pretty. I'm gonna go in with the powder brush and just make sure that I have it blended well. So there is the blush, really nice. Okay, so next is eyes, and I did buy 2 palettes. And the 2 that I bought Mayuki Street Nudes and Namiki Street Nature. So number 1 is the nudes, so let's take a look at this. And again, the case is beautiful, really slim, so perfect for packing or traveling. And this one is, it's just a nice, beautiful nude palette. I think I'm going to try them both today. We'll mix them. But you definitely could create looks using just one of them. And then this one here is the Nature, so it's going to lean more, and I did test some of these. It's going to lean more towards your earthier tones. And I just love this green one here. So I'm going to go ahead. I think we're going to use both the palettes because these are satin finish and these are not. So I want to first just apply a nice neutral shade to the whole lid and work from there. So we're going to start with the nude, and I'm of course going to go into the neutral shade, and I just want to see how this looks. So I'm going to go ahead and pack this on my eyelid. And it is the perfect color for all over lid. And the Shiseido eyeshadows, they are really soft and creamy. You're going to get a minimal amount of fallout because I'm looking and I'm not really seeing any, but that is a very light shade. I have just primed my lid with the first one in this palette. So now I'm going to go in with this one here. It's a light peach, and I'm using my Tom Ford number 13 brush, and I'm just picking up that peach, which is so perfect and right up my alley. And I'm just going to go ahead and start a transition. But I do think I'm going to really play up that green in this look. So this is just a transition. Like I said, the other palette is all satin, so I don't want to use a satin in my crease. I'm going to focus that all on the lid, so that's why I'm playing with both of the palettes today. And that is really nice. These blend well, and I am getting a little bit of fallout from them, but not a lot. But it doesn't really bother me. If you're someone who really has a hard time controlling the fallout, then you'll want to do your eyes first and your foundation last. So these are really, really pretty. That's just a nice, subtle peach tone. Okay, so there is the peach tone as my transition just runs in my crease and slightly above, softly feathered out above the crease. All right, so that's all I'm going to use in this palette for now. We're going to go over into the Nature palette. And I think I'm going to take a little bit of the dark brown first. And I'm going to take my Artiste, and this is the smallest oval, and I'm just going to tap a little bit into that dark brown. And the reason why I'm using this small brush is because I want this color to be just focused in a certain area, and then I'll go in and softly feather it out. So I want to just place this in the outer corner of my eye. There really isn't a lot of fallout from the peach that I used. There's just a little bit. So again, I'm going back in with that, and I'm just going to tap it on. And by tapping, you are really able to control where you want that color. So I'm just taking that in the corner. You can see. Do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to lightly feather this color in so it almost meets the iris of my eye, but most of the color is concentrated right in the corner, but I just want to run it slightly over. I didn't have any fallout with the chocolate brown using the Artiste oval brush, and I just went ahead and placed it. Most of the color is concentrated on the outer, and then I just softly blended it over because I want the green and the brown to run together or blend together smoothly. Okay, so now I think I'm going to start first with the light gold in the Nature palette. So I'm just going to take the Tom Ford 11 brush, and I'm just going to pick some of that product up, and I'm just going to make sure it's worked into the fibers of the brush. Really, really pretty. Nice color. Okay, so we're just going to place this on the lid all the way to the inner. And this is just to brighten up because the green and the browns would darken it up too much for me. So I'm just taking a little bit more and really building that up on the inner part. And notice I'm taking the brush and it's just going in my crease and lightly over that peach, but not above the crease line. So this is what I have going on now. Okay, so now the gold is placed on the inner and it just slightly meets the brown, but it doesn't go over the brown at all. So now I'm going to go in with the green. And I'm going to use the number 11. I'm just turning the brush over, the Tom Ford, and I'm going to pick that green up. You can see how nicely it picks up. There's not a lot of kick up in the actual palette either. And I'm just going to tap it into the mirror to make sure I have it placed because I don't want any fallout with this because this is a deeper shade. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place that green right in the center. I'm not taking it all the way to the inner corner. And I'm just overlapping slightly that brown. So pretty. So, so pretty. And then I want to take it and lightly feather over the gold just past the iris so that I have a smooth transition of color. So there is what it looks like so far. So now I'm going to take a little bit of the brown in this one because it's just a little bit more chocolate than the other, but I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to wipe that off and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that. Now this one here is a matte. It's the only matte in the palette. So I'm going to pick that up, tap it into the lid, and I just want to intensify the brown a little bit more. So I'm really intensifying that brown on the outer portion of the eye. And now I'm going to go back in with the green brush, and I'm just going to soften, but I want to I didn't put any more green eyeshadow on here, but I do want to just get a nice smooth transition. So I'm just lightly. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of the green now, and I'm just going to place it right in the center to just intensify it a little bit. Same on this side, a piece of fuzz. Okay, so that is the look for the eye, and you can see how it's deeper towards the outer, and then it goes into a very light, but the green and the browns and the gold all blend together. Okay, so that is the eye look. Now we're going to go ahead and add some mascara on. I am using the Shiseido lash curler. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know this is one of my most favorite lash curlers. Okay, so I have fanned my lashes out, so we are going to use the Shiseido. This is the Controlled Chaos Mascara Ink. I have used the other. This is the Imperial Lash Mascara Ink by Shiseido, and I love this one. This is actually my second tube of this one. So I thought, since I love this one so much, I will go ahead and try this one. Now this one comes in a fatter tube, and the brush is a little bit fatter, but it is still the old spoolie style, which I love. I don't like rubber brushes. However, this one here is a little bit on the rubbery side, but it's different from many of them. You'll see it's a much tighter brush, and it doesn't flop all around, so I really did enjoy using this. I'm not going to use any lash primer with this. However, I do believe Shiseido has a lash primer that I've used before, and the reason why I don't use it is because it's really hard to get off. So I'm going to just use this on its own. My lashes are in pitiful shape because I'm not using anything on them for growth. So we're going to go ahead and just apply and see how this works. I prefer a mascara that gives me more bulk than length. I do like long lashes, but I don't like them spidery looking. I don't like my lashes done each lash separately. I just don't like the spider look on me. So I like to have a little more substance on my lash, and I like the base to have a little more volume, and then just extend the lashes out. So here is one coat. It goes on well. The brush separates the lashes. And I'm not seeing any clumpiness go on. So there is one layer. So we'll go ahead and do the other side. And I just got some on my face, but I'm not going to touch that. I've talked about this so many times. Don't touch it until it's dry, and then I'll show you how to get that off. That's another thing. I don't like a super big mascara brush because they really do get in the way. Okay, so there is one coat on both eyes. So now I'm going to go and do another coat, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there is 2 coats of mascara on both eyes. And I'm not going to add any mascara to the bottom lashes because I think that ages me a little bit. If you're younger, you can go ahead and add mascara to the bottom lashes. But for me, I think it's a little bit more of a youthful look for my aging eyes. So I'm going to leave them alone. So we're going to move on to lips. And I do have a lipstick from Shiseido. I'm going to use a Spice MAC lip liner with it. But the lipstick is the Color Gel Lip Balm. This is called Redwood number 106. It comes in a very small tube. It is a gel balm. Keep that in mind. It is not a lipstick. It's a lip balm. So it looks like this in the tube. So let me go ahead and line my lips with MAC Spice. Okay, so I have the MAC Spice lip liner. So we're going to go ahead and apply this. I hope this color's what I think. I'm hoping it to be a little bit on the bricky side. Oh, it's very, very pretty. Oh, very pretty. The finish of it is gorgeous. It goes on like butter. I wish it was a little bit more brick. Okay, so that is the lip balm. It is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. The color is rosewood. It's gorgeous, my friends. It feels really fabulous on the lips. Okay, really, really nice. We'll see how it lasts. Okay, so now I'm going to take the spoolie and I'm going to knock away everything that fell and clean up underneath any little dots that I may have made, and they just flake away and you don't make a mess of anything. Looking at the foundation, I think it may oxidize just slightly on me, which means that I would go to the next color down. And I definitely need to wear a pore refining primer with it. It has a beautiful glow. It is not collecting in my lines at all so far. And I will put in the description box how everything wore. If the mascara transferred, did the lipstick wear off quickly, did the makeup wear off or settle in line. So that will all be in the description box for you. So I just wanted to go through a couple of things that I picked up that I will have in future videos. We'll start with the Guerlain Le Essential Natural Glow Foundation 16-hour wear. I also bought the Blurring Active Base to go with it, so we're going to give this a try. I've heard some mixed reactions about that. First of all, a lot of people say that the smell is unbelievable, so we will see about that. I also picked up the Charlotte Tilbury Foundation. I bought one of each. I think I purchased this before and I didn't get the right color. This time I think I've gotten the right color, and it's number 6. And this is in the Magic Foundation. So let me know if you would like to see a review on the foundations I'm showing you here today. The other one is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Now this color is not right for me. This is 5.5 warm, and it's just too orange. So this one, unfortunately, is going to have to go back. And just to finish up, I have 3 lipsticks. I bought a Chanel lipstick, the Rouge Allure, and this is the Luminous Intense Lip Color in number 91. I'm not even going to attempt that name, but this is just a really beautiful pink lipstick for those of you who really love a pink. It may be too blue for me. But it is gorgeous, so I wanted to share that with you. And I also picked up 3 of the Lancome Vintage lipsticks. I went with Vintage Ruby, Bad Blood Ruby, and Sunrise Ruby. I thought about not getting Vintage Ruby because it's so much like the Charlotte Tilbury. I wear the In Love with Olivia and also the Angel Alessandra, and they're very much like this. And to be honest with you, friends, I am actually I think with age, we need a little more color. I love a nude lipstick. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love them. I will always wear one, but I do look a little dead with them, and they don't really brighten me up that much anymore. I think when you're younger, you can get away with it, but as we get older, we already lose so much of our contour. You know, we lose color. Our lips aren't as vibrant and juicy as they used to be. So by putting on these lighter colors, they kind of just deaden me out, but I went ahead and got it anyway. And this is Vintage Ruby. And it is really a gorgeous color. It's so gorgeous. This is what it looks like in the tube, and it's really spectacular, isn't it? The tube shape, everything. I think it's beautiful because it'll just fit the lip perfectly. But the color, again, is just, it's spectacular, my friends. It is a beautiful, beautiful peach. And this is what the tube looks like. But it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous pinky peach. It's really beautiful. So I will be keeping that. Now, in fall and winter, I love to break out a good red. So, and remember, I wear warm reds. I don't wear cool reds. I am yellow based, so warm reds are always the best for me. So mine have to lean towards orange, which make your teeth look yellow. But it's what it is. It is what it is. And this is Bad Blood Ruby #1. In the tube, you push the top and it pops out, and then you bring it down. And again, this is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous color. Look at that. This one here, even though it is a warm red, it does have a little more. You'll see when I hold it up. I'll show you this one, and then I'll do them right next to each other so that you can really see. But this one here is it's just really beautiful. And you're gonna think, oh, they're so similar, but really, if you look at them, they're not. They are similar, they're in the same family tone, but they are very different, all right? I had to have them both, my friends. So there's that. And the next one is the Sunrise Ruby. It's 133. And I will show you this one first on its own. So you can see it's another orange red. And I'm going to put it right next to the other one so you can see that I had to have both of them because they are very different. All right. All right, so here you have it. This is the Sunrise. Okay, there's Sunrise. And then that is Bad Blood. So you can see that this one's just a little bit more oomph to it than this one. This is a true, true orange red. And this one might have just a little undertone of pinky orange to it. So those are the lips. That's it, my friends. That's it for today's haul, kind of try on. I want to say thank you to Nordstrom for collaborating with me. I have been a long-time shopper of Nordstrom. It's nothing new to me. Long-time shopper. I belong to the Nordy Club. I earn points, which turn into dollars as I shop. And their shipping is great. Their return policy is great. So I have been a long-time shopper of Nordstrom, and I was tickled when I opened up my email and saw that they wanted to collaborate with me. So thank you very much to Nordstrom. And my friends, let me know in the comments if you are using any of this. Do you all remember the olden days of Shiseido? Do you still use some Shiseido? Do you use any of the products that I mentioned today? Have you tried any of the lipsticks, the foundations? Leave it in the comments for me, all right, my friends? And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty. So subscribe and make sure you hit the bell notification so you are made aware of all the videos that I'm putting up. Go out in the world and be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. BISOUS.